Hi guys, and welcome to the last video in the momentum series, and we are going to look at elastic and inelastic collisions. Okay, so what is the difference between an elastic and an inelastic collision? So an elastic collision is a collision in which both the momentum and the kinetic energy are conserved. And especially we look at the equation, the kinetic energy before is equal to the kinetic energy after. Or we're not using this as an equation, but more of a proof. I'm going to look at that now. And then an inelastic collision is a collision in which only the momentum is conserved. So there's no conservation of the kinetic energy. So the kinetic energy before the collision is not equal to the kinetic energy after the collision. So remember that in an isolated system, momentum will always be conserved. But to prove that a collision is elastic, we have to prove that the kinetic energy is conserved, like we wrote down here. So remember, the kinetic energy is calculated as a half times the mass times the velocity squared. So in your inelastic collisions, some of the energy might be lost due to sound or heat. So let's look at how we can prove whether a collision was elastic or inelastic. And we will do this by doing an example. So let me get out my highlighter. That's very important. Okay, the velocity of a moving trolley is of a mass of 1 kilogram is 3 meters per second. A block of 0.5 kilograms is dropped vertically onto the trolley. Immediately after the collision, the speed of the trolley and the block is 2 meters per second in the original direction. Is the collision elastic or inelastic? Prove your answer with a suitable equation. So what's very, 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 very important, you can't write down the equation like we wrote it at the beginning and then you work it out and then you see it is or it isn't. You have to do this separately. If you do this as an equation from the start, you aren't proving anything. You're assuming that it's already true. So you have to do it in two separate steps. So first you calculate the kinetic energy before the collision, and then separately you calculate the kinetic energy after the collision. And then at the end, after you calculate both of these, you can say, yes, the kinetic energy is equal to the before and after is the same, so it's an elastic collision, or no, it's not the same, so it's not an elastic collision. Okay, so remember, it's the kinetic energy of the entire system. So I have two objects, which means I have to calculate it for both objects. So I'm going to say object the trolley times the velocity of the trolley plus the mass of the block times the velocity of the block squared. Okay, and then I just input my values. It's 1 times 3 squared plus a half times 0.5. And remember, the velocity is 0, like we looked at in the previous video. And then we see that the total kinetic energy is 4.5 joules. And then we do the same for after, but now remember they move as a unit, so I can actually just add the masses together. So it's 1 plus the 0.5, or you can just put in 1.5. The velocity is 2. In this case, we aren't worried about direction because remember, this is a scalar, so we are really not worried about direction. And anyways, it doesn't matter if you put in a positive or a negative, you're going to square it anyway, so that doesn't matter. But yeah, we aren't dealing with vectors now, and we get that is 3 joule. So now I can say, and only now I can say, that means that the kinetic energy before is not equal to the kinetic energy after, which means that it's an inelastic collision. And there you go. Elastic and inelastic collisions explained.